What's going on, guys? BriarRabbit. Today is Friday. That means Zer is back. Yesterday was Christmas. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful holiday. I can say that there has been some bad news. You'll see I'm playing on the Xbox today because PlayStation Network is completely down. Xbox has had very limited connectivity. Very disappointing. I can't put this one on PlayStation or Xbox, though. It seems they've been attacked, which is just about the grinchiest thing I've ever heard of. There are thousands, or if not millions, of very disappointed kids this Christmas because they can't get on PlayStation Network or the Xbox Live Network with their new consoles. I think it's just baloney. Anyway, let's check out what Zer's got. This is Zer Day, after all. He's hanging out right over here by the Vanguard Mentors, and he's got some pretty interesting items. So let's start off with the Titan gear, the Armamentarium. Most Titans are going to have this at this point, and at this point, I would say it's a little bit outclassed by the Ruin Wings. It's still awesome. That discipline ranking of 138 is very high on this, so if you don't already have this, definitely pick it up. It's a very, very good piece of chest armor. Having 2 grenades is awesome. Like, it's constantly useful, and it's useful on both classes, as well as useful in PvP and PvE. So I really recommend this one. It may have been a little bit outclassed by the Ruin Wings at this point, but it's still very, very good. All right, next up for the hunters, the Archaeophage Symbiote. If you like using the golden gun, this one gives you an extra shot with it, so you get 4 shots instead of 3. That makes this probably one of the best hunter helms in the game. I really love it. I basically switched between this one and the, what is it, the Eye of the Third Man or some other thing like that for my Blade Dancer class, but I really like the Archaeophage Symbiote. I think this is an awesome helmet. Definitely pick this one up if you haven't already. Claws of Ahamkara. This, again, is a very good piece of armor. If you don't have this yet for your Warlock, this is great. Basically, it gives you an additional charge for Scorcher Energy Drain. So it works with both of your Warlock classes, and the Warlock melees are probably some of the most useful things that the Warlock has going on. I mean, it's the best melee in the game, and this is really going to help you out in both PvE and PvP. So it's one of those items that's going to work with both of your classes and no matter what you're playing. So it's really, really nice. Next, we got something that's not so good. So this is No Land Beyond. This is a new sniper rifle. It's a primary sniper rifle that came out with the Dark Below DLC. And although it looks awesome, and the name is awesome, and it's referenced from awesome material, it's not a very good sniper rifle, unfortunately. I can't recommend buying this. So let's go over the perks real quick. Kinetic damage, unfortunately, it does not do any kind of void damage or arc damage or solar damage. It's just straight up kinetic, which is unfortunate. Primary care, this exotic sniper rifle can be equipped in the primary weapon slot. That will be equipped because it can't be swapped between the primary and the secondary. It's always going to be a primary. So the wording on that is a little weird. This will be definitely a primary weapon. We got CQB ballistics, greatly reduced recoil, significant penalty to range. Soft ballistics, less recoil, penalty to impact. And accurized ballistics, more range and impact, increased recoil. Next up, we've got Mulligan. Missing a shot has a chance to return ammo directly to the magazine. That's pretty useful. In the mid-tier perks, we have Lightweight. When held, this weapon grants +2 character agility. Snapshot, aiming this weapon is incredibly fast. And Flared Magwell, reload this weapon even faster. And then finally, kind of the big perk for this one is the Master. Increased precision damage. Kills briefly increase damage against the next target. So if you do unlock this perk, that means that you'll get more precision damage, and when you kill somebody, you'll do more damage on the next target. The problem with this gun is it's got an abysmal fire rate. It's got an awful iron sight here. As you can see, it's not a scope and you can't switch it out. It's an iron sight, and it's obstructive as hell. You cannot see anything with this. There's just multitudes of problems with this thing. The impact isn't that good. The damage it does just isn't that good. So there's really no reason to get this unless you're just collecting, exotics at this point. There's really no reason to pick this up. Bungie may buff this in the future, like they did with things like Thorn and Bad Juju. But I don't know how much they can buff it to really make it better. They really have to change like everything about the weapon. The biggest problem with the weapon is the fire rate and the fact that you can't hit anything because of that iron sight. And I don't know if they'll be able to change those because the fire rate is restricted by the fact that there's a reload animation between each shot. And, you know, these iron sights are kind of a signature part of the gun, so unless they added sights to it, like a scope to it, I don't know that they'd really be able to fix it. So, again, only for collectors, I think, unless Bungie just pulls out something amazing and buffs this thing huge. But, you know, I'll be getting one just because I want to collect it, but that's the only reason I'll really be getting it. All right, so for upgrades, I want to mention that for the PlayStation players, Hawkmoon is the upgrade of choice down here. You don't see it because I'm playing on the Xbox right now. We've got Crest of Alpha Lupi for the Hunter class. This is a pretty good chest piece. It's not as good as some of the helmets for the Hunters, but it is pretty fun, especially if you're doing nightfall activities, stuff like that, because you can revive teammates faster, and you spawn more orbs. You carry more ammo for special weapons, and you carry more ammo for hand cannons. So I actually like this chest piece, but it's definitely not as good as what's on offer new for sale here. Got Young Ahamkara's Spine. Trip mine grenades last longer when placed. Trip mines are actually really good grenades if you're the gunslinger class for hunters. Increase reload speed with special weapons and more super energy from grenade kills. Helm of Saint 14 is one of the best helms in the game, bar none. I mean, it's absolutely so useful. It makes your protective bubble for a for a Titan absolutely incredible. What it does is basically it blinds any enemy who comes in there. It's very, very useful in PvE. I highly recommend upgrading this thing if you have one. Helm of Inmost Light, I think, is really fun, especially in PvP. If you have one of these, I would definitely upgrade it. It's just a really fun helmet to use in PvP. Heart of the Praxic Fire. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't have this yet, but if you do have it, definitely upgrade it. Further decreases all ability cooldowns while Radiance is active, which is awesome. Carry more ammo for fusion rifles and carry more ammo for heavy weapons. Next, we got the Sunbreakers. I'm sure every Warlock has Sunbreakers at this point. You can now upgrade them. Increases the duration of your solar grenade, which is very useful. Increases reload speed with special weapons and melee hits. Replenish grenade energy. Suros Regime, if you have one of these, you definitely want to upgrade it. It's a very, very good gun. It's one of the top tier guns in the game, not just auto rifles, but of all guns. Red Death, a little less important. Last Word, I really like in PvP, but it's not very useful in PvE. Thunderlord has a special place in my heart. I'll definitely be upgrading this. I absolutely love the Thunderlord, especially when the Nightfall is arc damage. I think that's really fun. Super good advice. I wouldn't bother with this one too much. It's just not a great exotic. The only real use I have for mine is using it against oracles in the Vault of Glass because it just returns all the ammo that you hit an oracle with back to the magazine. So you just have this like endless stream of heavy machine gun fire against the oracles. And the big boy this week is Yellowhorn. So I will definitely be upgrading my Yellowhorn. This is just going to make Yellowhorn so powerful now. Up to a 331 attack. Even at 300, this was the best rocket launcher in the game. Now at 331, it's going to be absolutely ballistic. So if you have Yellowhorn, definitely upgrade it. This should be one of your biggest priorities. This thing just comes in handy against so many things. It's good in, raids. It's good in nightfalls. You don't even have to have solar damage in the nightfall for this thing to be awesome. It is just incredibly useful and incredibly powerful. So definitely upgrade this one if you're looking for something to upgrade. Down for the Curios, we got pulse rifle telemetry. We've got fusion rifle telemetry. We've got machine gun telemetry. So that's actually really useful if you're looking to upgrade Thunderlord or super good advice. If you're looking to upgrade Red Death, then pulse rifle telemetry and fusion rifle telemetry isn't going to be a whole lot useful for any of these upgrades. But if you're working on another fusion rifle, definitely check it out. And then we've got Void Drive and Plasma Drive for upgrades to our vehicles. So that's it for Xur today. I think what he's got is really good, except for No Land Beyond. But hey, at least you probably don't already have this one. That's the nice thing about it. It is definitely kind of a curio. It's not going to be super useful in PvP or PvE, but it will be fun to play around with. It's definitely a very unique exotic weapon inside Destiny. But again, really, if you're short on coins, the only people I would recommend get this are definitely collectors. So that's going to do it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.